What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Spectral Wound, entitled A Diabolical Thirst. This is released on Profound Lore Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very traditional, raw, occult style of black metal. Yeah. My first introduction to this band was their 2018 second full-length album entitled Infernal Decadence. Spectral Wound had been a band that I had been hearing a lot of really awesome things about in terms of their musical style, in terms of their imagery, their dynamic, their sound. And as soon as I listened to that record, I was immediately caught up on why this band was getting so much attention. And I think that attention is very well deserved, because this is another really top-notch black metal band to come out of Canada, especially from where they're from, because if I'm not mistaken, a lot of really great bands come from that province in Canada, like Sorcier de Glace or Forteresse, to be specific. Spectral Wound is another band carving a niche for themselves with their style of black metal. Of course, with the Infernal Decadence album and their debut full-length from 2015 with Terra Nullius. Really solid stuff, and I was looking forward to hearing what they were going to work on next. And of course, the next step in this band's evolution is this third full-length album entitled A Diabolical Thirst, excuse me. It's 6 tracks, and it clocks in at around 40 minutes in length, and pretty much, after listening to this album a whole bunch of times, I've honestly come to the conclusion that this is probably the best material that Spectral Wound have done to date, in terms of musical growth, songwriting, riffs, vocals, just an overall sense of darkness and fear, listening to an album like this. And I really had a fantastic time listening to this album, and if you are into what Spectral Wound have been putting out over the years, I think this will be the album that really catapults them into the stratosphere. This, from first track all the way to last, this album really does leave a very profound sort of impact on you. From the opening riffs of Imperial Saison Noir to tracks like soul-destroying Black Debauchery. I mean, this is a band that really knows how to create tight-knit music. And of course, there are plenty of great riffs to be heard throughout this entire album. A lot of great soloing, tremolo picks, great riffs and leads all the way throughout, especially towards the second half of this album with songs like Mausoleal Drift, Diabolical Imminence. Just some really, really strong songwriting going on here as far as the guitar riffs are concerned. The bass work on here is very good, very clean, very well played. Definitely holds its own amongst the powerful riffs that you hear throughout the majority of this album. The drumming on here is very much intense. I love the physicality of this drum performance. A lot of great blasts, a lot of great energy, and a lot of great stamina, too, for how long some of these songs are. Going back to Mausoleal Drift, that's a 9-minute long track. Of course, you do get a lot of diversity when it comes to the drum performance. There are moments where things begin to become a little bit more mid-paced and slow, and then when things pick right back up with the blast beats and the intensity and just overall black metal sort of style of drumming, you get all of that great energy and intensity with this drum performance. And when it comes to the vocals are very awesome. I love the Spectral Wound vocal style. Very manic, very depraved, very shrieky. But I definitely love the way these vocals are delivered here. Very well handled, very well executed. And this vocalist definitely commands your attention for a lot of a lot of the songs that appear on here. I definitely think he is great at conveying your attention and making you want to listen to all the crazy, blasphemous depravity that's going on throughout this entire album. So overall, like I said, I think this is the best material Spectral Wound have done to date. I think this band is very much deserving of the hype they get. I absolutely love what this band is doing for Canadian black metal and just black metal in general. And if you're into what Spectral Wound have been doing, this album will definitely satisfy you. I mean, I've been seeing some pop culture elements get attributed to this band. I can see people comparing the album cover to that one album cover that the hip-hop artist Drake did. I don't think it was intentional. It was maybe just purely coincidence, but I absolutely love the album cover. It is very much fitting and suiting for what this band is all about. I even saw a meme a friend of mine made where SpongeBob SquarePants was drinking that gigantic glass of lemonade, and it was painted in black and white, and it just had the Spectral Wound imagery on there, which I thought was really cool. But memes aside, Spectral Wound is the real deal, and so is this new full-length album. If I had to think of any personal favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Imperial Saison Noir, Soul-Destroying Black Debauchery, Fair Lucifer, Sad Relic is another really top-notch track, and of course Mausoleal Drift. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you a link in the description box to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Profound Lore Records Bandcamp page where you can listen to this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it digitally, and at the time of filming this video, both the CD and 12-inch vinyl versions of this album are sold out, but both of those physical copies will get restocks and reissues as soon as possible, so definitely keep an eye and ear out for when Profound Lore announces them, because I know this is definitely going to be one of those albums that stays in print for a while. So again, the album is A Diabolical Thirst by Spectral Wound. This is released on Profound Lore Records. Definitely check this one out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a very solid 9 out of 10. Very, very awesome Canadian black metal. If you happen to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it and how you think it compares to their previous releases, or any of you guys into Spectral Wound. Definitely let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until next time, Army Hell out.